He expects great things from people, and it works.
He's making the rest of us better.
He's also building up people.
We want him to be around to finish what he started.
His drive is unmatched, and his commitment to making not only Rowan great, but the community around him. I'm honored to be here to talk about my friend, Dr. Houshmand, who's being honored by Catholic Charities. I feel really good about this. So Dr. Ali Houshmand is one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life, and we share a lot of commonalities. He grew up in poverty. He was one of 10 kids in Iran and didn't have all the resources. So he made it his personal mission around education.
His humble beginnings, I think, really formed the character of who this man is. And I think that's what really motivates him in trying to bring in students from the poorer population, try to find ways to get them to this university where they can afford it so they can have a better life.
He was the right person at the right time. It's what we call a transformational leader. It's just not incremental steps that he's made. He's turned things upside down in many cases.
11 years he's been the president of the university, and to see the growth and the public and private partnerships he's put together.
But seeing it now and how it helps the students and helps them to being involved, to serving the community, it's just incredible. And I know that Dr. Houshmand had a lot to do with that, and it's just really amazing to see and witness, especially now as the campus minister, serving in this community once again.
Opportunities for many, many people who would not only that go here, but live around here and live in this state. He spoke in our language and not as someone in the ivory tower.
Ali has a gift. Everybody that comes in contact with him, he makes them feel important. He's focused on what's good for you. And he finds that in everybody, and he doesn't want anybody to be limited. I think he has a really good ability of knowing who he has to hug and who he has to push a little bit harder, right?
So it's high expectations.
And he wants every individual of this university, whether you're part of the faculty, the staff, or the student, to push yourself to your limit. And don't be afraid to be great.
He has these tremendous ideas, partnering with the county colleges, starting this farm out on the West Campus. He always comes up with these tremendous ideas, which is all geared towards lifting up.
And he believes in himself. And one of the things we talk about all the time for young adults is confidence. If you can instill confidence in a young adult, you're going to make somebody who's productive, can handle adversity, and that's what we want here.
When he talks about the education of a student and what they experience, he treats the students on our campus as if they were his children in many ways.
I am a student worker for the Office of the President, and I am a member of Rowan Catholic Campus Ministry. I am part of the PATH program for students of neurodivergent. It's an honor to work for the President's office. I also did a commercial through the Office of the President with Inspire Health to promote nursing. I was in the background of the commercial taking notes as like a nursing student. I am an immigrant of Russia, and I was adopted by American parents. Freedom did not exist for me. Dr. Houshmand is an inspiration to me to live out my American dream.
I remember one day we got a knock on the door. We were interviewing a scholar who was creating some kind of an institute and wanted to involve Rowan, and he came from Harvard, who needed somebody to push his soapbox car that he had constructed for an engineering class. And Ali said, "I'll do it." And we stood out on the green and watched Ali Houshmand push a student completely around that oval. And the scholar looked at me and said, "Does he do this often?" And I said, "Yes, all the time."
And he makes us all feel welcome. So I'm really happy that he's the president of Rowan, because he's welcomed our Catholic ministries here, as he does with many other religious groups on campus.
I believe Catholic Charities, knowing what their mission has been and how they want to improve the lives of our youth, are right in line with what Ali's doing here at Rowan University.
He opened up a center on campus for spirituality and interreligious dialogue. So he's aware of forming the whole person.
Religion is a sense of peace for others. It allows me to be close to the Catholic community.
When you think of home, you think of love, you think of warmth, you think of friendship, you think of joy. You'll find all that here at the Neumann House at Rowan. And when students walk through these doors, that is my prayer, is that they find that, and they stay.
He spends his spare time, instead of playing golf or tennis, he spends it in his garden. And you've probably heard the story of his hot pepper sauce. So the peppers that he grows in his garden are processed into a hot pepper sauce, the proceeds of which go to our students, their scholarships and welfare. Many times with students assisting him.
I also do his inventory, account every item of the hot sauce business to have it all organized in order.
With the eggplant and the tomatoes and the cucumbers, with those items, crates and crates of them, he donates them back to the university.
He started a food bank for them. He makes sure they get fed, at no cost to them. And he's always concerned about, those that are disadvantaged.
Students that lack this need had a way to fill that need. That you don't see that on college campuses.
It's hard to argue with the success we've had at Rowan University. And when I think of the common denominator, it's Dr. Houshmand.
This man really cares. He cares about his students. He cares about the people he serves. And where do we see that most in our Catholic faith? That's what the Lord did. And so him being honored at this Catholic Charities dinner, for me, it really shows they chose the right person, for sure.
He has Catholic values. Perhaps meeting Ollie Houshmand and hearing his story will inspire others to do great things.
It's amazing to me, and Catholic Charities couldn't honor a better person than Dr. Ollie Houshmand. And I can't wait, and I said this just the other day in a board meeting, the best is yet to come.